Hey everybody, and welcome back to Revisiting the MCU, the series where we turn back the clock, rewatch and re-review every single Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, leading up to the epic finale where we're going to be ranking movies from worst to best. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that. But today we're talking about the sequel to the smash hit Guardians of the Galaxy, the very uniquely named Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This film sees the Guardians being a bit at odds with each other more than normal, and meeting Peter's celestial father, Ego. I was so excited when this movie came out. I was madly in love with the first movie, but after watching Volume 2, I felt a bit underwhelmed. I don't know if I just came in with super high expectations considering the first one wowed me when I had no expectations or what the case may be, but this one just didn't quite do it for me the first watch. And it's not that it's bad, I just think that some of the magic and just surprise from just having zero expectations in the first one caught me off guard, and now having expectations going to the second one, it just didn't quite live up to that same hype. But it's still not a bad movie by any means. In terms of new additions, Kurt Russell as Ego is fantastic. I loved every second he was on screen. He plays such a charismatic guy, but once you find out his ulterior motives, it makes you feel all the worse because you liked him from the start. What Volume 2 did improve on, however, was three key characters. Drax, played by Dave Bautista, Yondu, played by Michael Rooker, and Nebula, played by Karen Gillan. Now, Drax wasn't bad in the original. If you remember, I said Dave Bautista plays Drax, who is great in his role, as he is both intimidating and hilarious as his people don't know sarcasm. This just lets the hilarity ensue. Dave Bautista plays Drax, who is absolutely great. He's both intimidating and hilarious as his people don't know sarcasm, and this just lets the hilarity ensue. See? I did say that. But for some reason in this movie, he just hit differently. He hit certain sentimental moments about his family better, and he's just 1,000 times funnier. I don't know if they just wrote him better than the previous film or if he was just a little more loose, but I'm all for it. Michael Rooker as Yondu was basically just an asshole for the first film, but this one you get to sense that him wanting to be accepted as well as him being more or less Peter's actual father figure more than Ego. His death is probably one of the most heartbreaking moments I've seen in a Marvel movie, and I think that might have been the first time I got actually teary-eyed in a Marvel movie too. Karen Gillan's Nebula has a similar arc in this film as well. We sympathize with her a lot more as we find out her motivation for wanting to best Gamora and Thanos' involvement in making her this vengeful robotic creature. She hit the nail on the head and made Nebula a very memorable character for me. Where this movie falters a bit, I think, comes with some of the visuals. Obviously they had the best of technology at the time, but there are certain aspects that look so extraordinarily fake that I'm easily taken out of the film. Whereas the first movie, they literally built the first few floors of the prison for the breakout scene, this one felt especially CG world heavy and unauthentic. The biggest CG issue I had, however, came towards the end, as Ego is no longer in what he will call his Earth form. When they do a skeletal body regrowing muscle and skin, and when he's in this lightning form, it looks so bad, and honestly I just have to laugh. But kudos to the VFX team. With the amount of CG in the movie, they may have just run short of time or money. The soundtrack also didn't hit as hard for me in this one. Brandy is the only song that sticks out, whereas the entire album of the first film just immerses you in the film and gets stuck in your head. Overall, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 isn't a bad movie, I just think it suffers from the sequel syndrome. It just doesn't quite live up to the epicness of what the first film did. But then again, like I said earlier, it may just be our own expectations ruining it for ourselves. So those are essentially my thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Let me know your thoughts on the film as well as where it ranks in your list down in the comment section down below. Also, while you're down there, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos from me. And also be sure to check out my other videos on the Animated Apparel Company YouTube channel where I talk about superheroes, Disney, all sorts of nerdy stuff over there as well, with all kinds of different content. So make sure you give them a subscribe and check out all my videos, like them. And we're also doing live streaming of the Loki series. We're doing watch parties every single Thursday at 5 Central, 6 o'clock Eastern. So if you guys can join us there, I would love to see you there. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next video.